All right, happy Monday, everyone. It's been probably a good month or so since I did a video on songwriting and musicianship and all that stuff. And I wanted to talk about a topic that's very near and dear to me, and that's open mics and the importance of open mics, and also the importance of supporting open mics. Um, if it wasn't for the open mic scene, specifically in Snohomish, at first, um, then I wouldn't have gotten back into music. It started at the Oxford Saloon over a year ago, and it's since branched out into other places, and then into getting gigs, and then into playing in other cities, and writing a lot more songs. But the truth is, if it wasn't for open mics, I don't know that actually no, I'm sure I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. And because this really marked a comeback from many years away from music. And the truth is, I didn't really perform live much. I did a lot of stuff in private, studio work, things like that, and that was a long time ago. And the open mic scene really helped me to come out of my shell, and develop the confidence that I would need for bigger shows and all of that stuff. So I have a lot of gratitude to open mics everywhere. So open mic hosts are some of my heroes, and bars and venues that have open mics, I'm a big supporter of. Um, so yeah, it doesn't really matter where you're at. If let's say you have a handful of songs and you just want to kind of break the ice, just give it a go. Don't be afraid, or rather, it's okay to be afraid. Let's rephrase that, because I was absolutely petrified when I first went up there. It's okay to be afraid. In fact, you're probably going to be afraid. Don't try to psych yourself out thinking, oh, if I get myself in the right headspace, I won't be scared. No, you're going to be scared. You're going to be scared the first time you go up. Maybe the first 10 times. For me, first 25 times, I don't know how many times it took until I developed enough confidence. It took a lot, but I knew that it was something I truly wanted to do, and I just had to get past it. And with enough laps, with enough repetition, you're going to get the confidence, and you're not going to be as scared. Maybe you'll always have a little bit of that fear. A friend of mine who does the open mic circuit a lot, Ron, if you're watching this, Ron, he says he performs at his best if he has a little bit of that fear. And I like that. I think that, it makes you feel alive. I think that's a good way of looking at it. But regardless, you do it enough times, you won't be as afraid. You're going to have more confidence. You'll develop your own presence. Or maybe in my case, I kind of lose myself when I perform, and I just, for better or worse, I'm kind of in my own world a little bit sometimes. Everyone has their own way of doing it, I guess, but regardless, if you have any interest in performing at all, I really suggest finding a local open mic and just frequenting it. And you'll find that most of the hosts are awesome. If we're talking it's a loud car. If we're talking the greater Snohomish area, there's a few good open mics there. The Oxford Saloon Tuesdays. I go to that one regularly. It's that place is it's like a Cheers bar. It's like another home to me. There's also one not far from the Oxford on Thursdays at Three Bowl Brewing as well. It used to be hosted by Cyrus Reed. Now it's hosted by Kyle. Kyle's a really nice guy too. So I would definitely recommend that one. Another one is at Docks Riverside. Cyrus is still hosting that one. That's in Machias. And I know there are a handful of other ones as well, at some breweries, I believe, that are supposed to be really good. Everett has some too. Port Gardner Bay Winery, I believe, on Thursdays. So there's a lot of open mics in the greater Snohomish County area. Seattle has its as well. Connerburn is a really, really popular one. Little Red Hen, there's quite a few. So yeah, I could keep going on the list on open mics. But the point is, find one in your area. I mean, if not in the greater Seattle area, Snohomish County area, look for one near you, and don't think you need to be perfect when you go up there. I still make mistakes, and God, when I first started, I was so scared, I was so tight that I made a lot more then, and but I'm so happy I did it, so and they're important to support as well. If you're a musician, and maybe you are experienced, at this point I'm gigging, but I still do open mics. I like to support them, but also if I write a new song, and I need to give it some mileage before I play it at a show. I like to play it at the open mics first, and I also love the culture of open mics. I love that I can network with other musicians there. Like for instance, I'm playing a few shows with Lucas Hobbs. Pretty soon. Shout out Lucas. He's amazing, and I met him at open mics. A lot of the artists that I'm performing with now, I met at open mics. So regardless of your experience level, maybe you're new, and maybe you want to get more experience. Go to open mics. Maybe you are tenured, but you're a songwriter, or maybe you like to do covers, but you're not, maybe really clean on a particular cover, and you want to practice it more, but you want to perform it too. Open mics, they're awesome. They're amazing, and I really suggest you do it. And yeah, that's kind of all I got here. So hope you're all having a great Monday. It is a Monday. And hope you have a great rest of your week. And for those in the area, I hope to see you on the 16th at Port Gardner Bay Winery, where I'll be playing with Lucas Hobbs. And I also have a slew of other shows following that you can see at raybaron.com. So thank you all.